Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make a CSV file from a Shopify order. Let's say you get a new order in Shopify and you need to send a CSV to your fulfillment team or something like that, or maybe you want a CSV as an archive or something of every new order. Let's take a look how to do that. It's pretty quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your first step, new order Shopify. The new order in Shopify trigger in Zapier has line item support, which is the key here. Let's see, yeah, you can go here and you'll see that. See how it says with line item support. That's kind of what you want to do here. So then you're going to test your trigger and you'll get, you have to have at least one order in Shopify. So if you don't have one, make a fake one. And I would put a couple line items in there, a couple items the fake person has ordered if you've never had that order yet. So then you go down here and you'll see that there's all the data for the order. And then you see these line items. The line items are the actual products they ordered. And so it's kind of like Zapier flattens it out. It gives you like an array of all the different line items here. So let's go up here. So then we're going to make a code step to massage the order into a multi-line CSV file. So what we'll do is we'll do code by Zapier. We're going to do JavaScript, and we're going to set up the action. Here's the code. Here's the code that actually executes. The code only knows about variables or data you tell it. So what you have to do is you have to give it the input data here. So you get the name, a key that you're going to use in your code step. So in this case, I want the line items quantity data here. So then you go over here. Let's say it's not here. We'll go here. We'll type line item, and we look in here and we try to find quantity. And what this will be is it'll just be a string of text, right? So it'll be 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So it's not an actual array or multiple things. It's actually just a flat string piece of text, and we'll split it up into multiple things in the code step. So we'll do that for all the things we care about, all the things we want in the CSV file. And you can do line item things, or you can do just a part of the order. So for example, order num. I'm going to put the order number as the first column of every row in my example here. If you need a special header row, I would say contact EasyCSV support, and you just give us an example CSV that you want, and we will send you back, the special code step code for it. We'll just write it for you. So just contact EasyCSV support once you get set up. Now, in the code step, what we need to do is make an array where every item in the array is a row you want in the CSV file. So if you got one line item in the order, you'd have one item in the array, which results in a one row CSV file. If they ordered 3 items in the order, we're going to make an array with 3 rows in it, and there will be 3 rows in the final CSV. So we'll make an empty array at first to put all the rows that we want in the CSV, and then we're going to write a loop to go through all the line items. So in this order I have here as an example, there's 3 things the person ordered, so there's 3 line items. Now, none of these things give you how many line items there are. I do believe, line item count. I think you could find, I feel like there's like a line item count thing in here, but we're not going to do that. Yeah, I won't show that. But if you find a line item count there, you could use that for right here. Basically, this is how you write a JavaScript loop, and you say start the loop with a variable I is 0. That's the loop counter, so it'll just say, okay, let's start at item 0. In an array in code, you always start counting at 0. You don't count 1, 2, 3. You count 0, 1, 2. So you can start at 0. Then you're going to say loop as many times as it takes for I to stay less than how many items are in the order. So in this case, we're going to take the line items quantity string, which is 1, 1, and split it at the commas, which gives you, n things. In this case, it'll split it by comma, so you get 3 things, 1, 1, and 1. And then you get the length of that, which is how many there are. And so as long as I is less than 3, the loop will continue, right? And then every time the loop happens, just increment I by 1. That's what plus plus does. It says start at 0, do the loop. Okay, the loop, we've only done the loop once, so I is still 0. Okay, make it 1. So next time it comes through, it'll say, oh, 1 is still less than 3, and I'll do it 3 times. So each time the loop runs, we're going to make a new row. So write an empty row. And we're going to say, okay, for every row, we're going to set the key for each value, right? So this will become your header row. So the header row will be order ID, SKU, quantity, product name, variant name. Then for every row in the order ID column of the CSV, you want the order num. It's going to be the same for every row because it's always 1001 up here. And the way to access these variables up here is you have to type this, input data. And Zapier, calls it input data here. This is just something Zapier makes you do. So input data.order num gives you this print. Input data.line item SKU gives you this string. All these SKUs separated by commas. So we take that string, we separate it by comma, and then we get the item for this loop number. So in this case, the first time it goes, it gets the first one. So it'll get the first SKU because it's the first row. It'll get the first quantity because it's the first row. It'll get the first product name. It'll get the first, it'll get the first product name. It'll get the first variant name, and that'll be row 1. The next time it comes through, it gets the second SKU for the second item, second quantity, and so on and so forth. At the end of each loop, you add the row to the original array. And in the end, you get an array with 3 rows in it, and we change it to the data format EasyCSV needs, which is just JSON, and then you're done. So let's continue. We'll retest. And what you see here is you get that array. So this actually has 3 items in it, right? Here's 1 item. Cool. So then on the EasyCSV part, you select your EasyCSV, you select your generator. On EasyCSV, you can say, okay, I want to send it via email, upload via SFTP. So go to EasyCSV and say where you want the final file to go. You also get a URL back for the file in your Zap in case you want to add another step to send the file somewhere from Zapier. Up to you if you want to use EasyCSV to send the file somewhere or Zapier. So here the key is you got to type this exact raw _data _string, and then in this part, you're going to take the output of that code step, show all options, and you're going to do that items array. Continue. Zapier has been slow this morning. Cool. We'll test the action. And what EasyCSV will do, it'll take that array there, and it'll output a temporary file URL. You can use this URL later in your Zap, but it'll also just do all the actions you've specified in EasyCSV, like upload to FTP, send to email, upload to Google Drive, upload to Dropbox, whatever you want. So what I like to do is take this, open a new tab, paste it, and I see the file. I can download the file. We'll save that. And let's just preview the file here. Cool. So this will look like every row has order, and it'll have all these things in there. So contact EasyCSV support if you need anything, or if you need a special header row or anything like that. Like you don't want order ID in each row, you just want order ID in the top column. We can help you write that, or you can play around and do it yourself. But thanks.